let's see if this will do anything. All right, cool. It's looking good so far. I'm just gonna have some little bit of music playing while we wait for people to come on in. Some royalty-free stuff, obviously. This is the stuff that I play on my end credits for my videos. It's called Out of My Skateboard by Mini Vandal, or Mini Vandals or something. But yeah, anyway, just waiting for more people to hop in and all that. I know this is a little bit boring, but I was just talking about stuff, so yeah. It's been a while since I've streamed on here. This is gonna be crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've, like, done anything streaming-wise, hasn't it? Yeah. It's mostly because I've been doing, like, more scripted content, you know? But also a variety of reasons. I work a full-time job. That's kind of a time killer. Nice. I've also been, like, out of town a little bit. And yeah, here, I'm just gonna stop this because I cannot focus. Well, thank you. I'm glad people are liking the scripty content so far. It's something that I've been wanting to do since I got into college, and that was like 10 years ago. Goodness. Yeah. And thank God it isn't what I initially wanted to do, which was like a nostalgia critic-esque takedown of like fairy tale stuff. It was cringe. Gosh. Then again, you know, 2012, 2013, that's like the era of cringe in my opinion. Being cringe, but also being free. There might be some Jackbox. We'll see. I'm mostly just gonna, like, you know, go through the year. Hi, Ashley. It's good to see you. But yeah, I just might as well kind of recap the year and, go into my plans for the new year as well. This is the whole purpose of the stream. And then if I did a video about, like, okay, so funny story about Strange Magic. So we recorded that in June when I was visiting friends and all that in Cali, but that's why I was live in an undisclosed location. But yeah, when I watched that, I was like, this is like one of the greatest movies ever. Like, this is a trash fire, but this is my trash fire. Why is nobody talking about it? Why is everybody being so negative about it? And so initially my big video debut was gonna be me talking about Strange Magic. I wrote like an 8-page thing on why I love it, and I ended up just not filming it because it was a little too ambitious for what I wanted to do and what my resources and all that. So, yeah. I haven't seen Babylon yet. I don't really like Damien Chazelle because I hated... There's, like, something about La La Land that I can't stomach, and so I've never really seen La La Land, but, like, I can't... But I'll admit, Babylon looks really intriguing, so I might watch it. Favorite movie this year was Turning Red. That was really great. I watched it surrounded by friends, and we all just kind of had like, oh my god, Maylin is me experiences. It was lovely. Yeah, I love Turning Red. It was my number one this year, to be honest. Turning Red was my number one. I didn't really go to the movies that often this year or like to theaters. I saw obviously stuff on streaming. I think the last movie I saw was Glass Onion, and that was a fucking freaking masterpiece. Excuse me. Um, yeah, yeah. I heard it's like really wild, and I'm always here for like wild period pieces. You know. Anyway, so yeah, this year started out with me doing mostly streams, and like I have my usual audience watching it obviously, but like views were like in like the little, like we're talking like the 2-digit views. When I started releasing scripted content, I'm getting stuff in like the 3-digit views now. So we're going places with this. So far, let me pull up my analytics because I feel like doing that. Here, let's go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna pull up my analytics for now, and I'm gonna drone on about that like I'm some CEO and this is the end of the year report. Business, 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 business. Numbers, business numbers, business numbers. Or that's how it goes in the Lego movie, I think. Um, but yeah, I streamed some video games this year. I think the favorite. Let me see. What did I stream this year? I feel like I streamed a lot, and I've completely forgotten what exactly, like, what all I did, if you know what I mean. Where is... Sheesh. Where did I... Aha! Here we are. My videos. Yeah, I think I played a lot of Carmen Sandiego. I played a lot of Oregon Trail because those were like the easiest to play. They were kind of the easiest to set up on my computer. I'm sure Damien Chazelle is a nice person. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm just not like a fan of most of his movies. I'm sure he's a nice person. Yeah, I did. I streamed an Indiana Jones game. Apparently, my friend Dave also covered this, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. So I might be playing that again, and I'll try to see if I can get him on because I don't know if you guys watched Token Adaptation Month on Dogginson's channel, but I was on like a stream of his when he was playing the Hobbit game. So yeah, so I'll try to see if I can get if I ever do the Indiana Jones game again, I'm gonna see if I can get him on for that. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna go look through my live. Oh, am I freezing on anybody's end, by the way? I'm looking if I'm dropped any frames or anything. It's just me right now. Honestly, the last thing I played... Okay, cool. Last thing I played was SpongeBob SquarePants Employee of the Month, and that was in July. And, I think this is like around the time where my computer just started being like, I can't handle all this bull crap that you're putting on here. I'm just gonna freeze up every now and then, and that's when I was like, okay, I think I need to take a break from streaming, you know? So, yeah. Hi. I haven't finished Employee of the Month. I mean, I finished it when I was a kid, so, like, I can, like, play it whenever I want, but obviously I haven't finished streaming it. I probably won't finish it on stream, just because it made my computer go through so much heck, you know? Yeah. So, we tried to play Labyrinth on the Famicom, on, like, a emulator, and that just kind of blue screened my computer to death. We played a bunch of old Flash games. That was fun. I still have that Flashpoint. If you ever want to play like old Flash games, look up Flashpoint, and you could like download a whole you can download it and you can have access to a whole archive of Flash games that are still semi-playable for free. So, putting that out there. We played Toy Story 2 Activity Center. We played Kim Possible for the Game Boy Advance, Dracula's Secret, or as it's also known, me going crazy over a silly child's game, trying to figure out things. Yes, because I played a Cartoon Network Flash game last year from Flashpoint. And that was on Flashpoint, the Cartoon Summer Resort. Yeah. Yeah, I played that using Flashpoint, so yeah. That stupid gnome from Dracula's Secret with his Irish accent. No, that's not correct. Shut up. I wanted to kill that gnome. We attempted to play Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories as well, and that was also met with mixed success. We played a little bit of Voodoo Detective, and I finished it like off stream. And Voodoo Detective was like this new 2D point and click game that came out this year, and it was really, 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 really good. The gnome sister turns out to be the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2. We played a lot of Game Boy games because I got like a Game Boy Advance emulator. Lego Island 2. We did some DVD bonus feature games, Toy Story, a lot of animated storybooks. Bit of a Shape-O-Matic. Yeah, just like streamed a lot. And then like after the SpongeBob games, I was just like, we're taking a break from streaming. I was gonna have a thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, cool. You're going to Disneyland during New Year's Day. Good luck. Have fun. But after I didn't stream, just because I didn't stream doesn't mean that there wasn't any content, because there was content. And that content turned out to be 3 scripted videos, because I learned how to use Lightworks on my own, and those 3 scripted videos were A Brief History of Mara's Voice on Indiana Jones Adventure, and that was made in response to a TikTok that I saw claiming that like the no foolish mortals part, like back in the day, because Mara doesn't say that anymore, I don't think, was Sala saying foolish mortals, when it's not Sala at all. That's just Mara. It doesn't sound anything like Sala. So I was just like, okay, I have to dissect this. This is gonna bother me. I have to make a video about this. So that's what spurred it on, and we are at 774 views with that. So yeah, and then I was like, you know what? I've made 1 scripted video. I can finally talk about the thing I've wanted to talk about for a bit, since 2020 anyway. Light Magic, and that was the history of Disneyland show / parade, Light Magic. It doesn't really have a lot of views, which I don't blame anybody. Light Magic is a very obscure part of Disney history, and I love looking at obscure parts of Disney history. Not many people do, but it's very 90s. I really enjoyed making that one. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears though, because I think after the video premiered, I released like 7 minutes of outtakes. Yeah. And we're also at 50 likes for the Light Magic video, so we're halfway to 100, to the point where I was like, if I get 100 likes, I will change my name on Twitter to Tickletop, which that might not happen anymore, because like it's been like a couple months, and if I get 100 likes now, and if I change my name to Tickletop now, people are gonna ask some questions, and questions that I don't feel like answering, and questions that are just gonna be uncomfortable, if you know what I mean. No, you're good. But yeah, gosh, where was I going with that? But anyway, I first shot Light Magic in this stupid wig that I had that I used for a Kyrie cosplay that I had a long time ago because I was trying to go for, you know, the whole like scary pixie look that the light magic little pixies had. And that ended up not really coming across to me. So I was like, okay, screw it. I'm just going to reshoot the whole thing. And I did that. And yeah, and it ended up coming out on Labor Day. And Labor Day is the day that light magic ended permanently. So coincidentally enough, yeah. Yeah. So, but it was still just a lot of fun to make. It was nice to talk about, you know, one of the things that I kind of hyper fixated on for a little bit. Because, like, I've been hyper fixating on light magic since I was since I was a teenager, okay? So, growing up, I had this video cassette. Or not video cassette, but like a cassette tape. I had this cassette tape of like Disneyland songs growing up, and on like the last side it was the entirety of the light magic soundtrack sans the part where it's the projection bullcrap, because that part sucks. Yeah, that wig's name was Eric Stoltz. It was my Eric Stoltz era. Yeah. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. Woo. Anyway, I had this cassette tape and I saw that light magic was on it, and I listened to it again when I was like 14, 15 years old. I was like, it was like a brain, like something exploded in my brain. I was like, this is the best music from Disneyland I've ever heard. What is this? I need to know more about this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bennett. Thank you for supporting the channel, Bennett Ballard. Looks like we got a donation. Oh, I guess now is the time to be like, hey, if you want to buy me a coffee on Ko-Fi.com, you can support me down there. Link is also in the description of this. $2. That's only if you want to, though. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Bennett Ballard, for buying me a coffee for this stream. Yeah. When people say like the Stoltz cut, the Eric Stoltz cut, that's what they mean. The Back to the Future reference. Yeah. So I heard the 90s Celtic music coming out of the cassette player, and I was like, I need to know more about this immediately. And so I've had knowledge of this show since like the mid 2000s, and it's kind of taken me down a little bit of a rabbit hole. And yeah, you know, and so I released that, and it's not doing as well as I really want it to, but that's okay because it's an obscure Disneyland show. It only lasted for 3 months. I would argue that Magic Happens lasted less, but that's coming back, and Light Magic is never coming back. So Light Magic is going to take its place back as the shortest lived parade in Disneyland history. So yeah, very, very cool. Oh, holy shit. I didn't notice like how much you sent me, Bennett. Jeez, thanks, man. Holy shit. That's quite that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I was caught off guard. I just noticed the coffee I just noticed like how much the Ko-Fi donation was. Oh my gosh. Well, Ko-Fi is pretty good if you don't want to, like, they don't take out any fees or anything. So, and people can subscribe to it or something, or just follow you for it, but like they're not necessarily financially obligated to give you money or anything, which is why I like giving money and receiving money on Ko-Fi as opposed to like Patreon. Patreon might be coming soon at some point. I'm not sure yet. We'll think about that. We'll save that for like future talk. We're still, you know, year in review kind of thing, you know? But yeah. Where was I? Was caught off guard. Will not be caught off guard again. Okay. Yeah, I recommend Ko-Fi if you want to get one. I go ahead and get one, Micah. It's pretty helpful. I mean, we'll see if I ever make a Patreon. I don't know yet. Well, again, that's future things. We're still in 2022 right now. All right, and then October and November, I didn't really release any videos. I did release a couple of YouTube shorts because I saw my friend Charlie was doing a couple of them, and I was like, hey, what if I did a couple? And my most popular one is at 16K views, and they all hate me. It was the one that said, you've heard of skeletons in the closet. What about skeletons in the bathroom? It was a stupid little TikTok I put out on my TikTok. And my TikTok is private for a variety of reasons, mainly because I work in a public school. And if kids saw my TikTok in a public school, I don't want to deal with that. Yeah. But anyway, so I was like, oh, well, this is a cute little TikTok. I'll just put it on like my YouTube shorts. And it got 16,000 views, and a lot of the comments are like, this isn't funny. Not funny. Didn't laugh. I'm like, okay. I literally I don't care. All right. You didn't have to like say that, but okay. Whatever. I'm not mad. And then like the couple others that I did afterwards didn't really get near as much. Aside from the scariest thing at Halloween Horror Nights, where it's me booing the NFT poster at HHN Hollywood. Speaking of, I guess, I think the reason why I didn't release a video in October or November was because I did Halloween Horror Nights and Not Scary Farm, and I intended to like do a vlog about it, and I forgot to like film any vlog worthy content. So, oh well. But I mean, the closest thing, I guess if you're a patron of Dave's or Doggins's, he just released some footage from Not Scary Farm, because when I went to Not Scary Farm, it was me, my friend Charlie, my friend Haley, and my friend Dave. And Dave just like put like some raw footage from there, and I think it's hysterical. So if you're a patron of Dave's, give him some money, and then you can like see me in some of the shots. It's great. So there's that. Yeah. Scary Farm was great. I had a blast. Halloween Horror Nights was great. I also had a blast. It is yet to be seen. It's yet to be seen, but maybe one day somebody will sue Not Scary Farm for being like, well, I thought it was not. I think the suit would have been thrown away because it's in writing, you know. But yeah, I think if I had to compare the two, I really enjoyed Not Scary Farm a little bit better than Halloween Horror Nights, just because the scares at Halloween Horror Nights are more like, you know, flashing and loud noises, and my ears cannot handle loud noises sometimes, and I'm kicking myself because I was offered earplugs multiple times and I didn't take it because I was like, I don't need them. I ended up needing them. But even then, I don't really do well with earplugs. I might invest in like one of those noise canceling headphones next time. Yeah. I didn't see a YouTube video about the Wizard of Oz theme park, but I've seen like a couple of like TikToks about it. Like the one that's active right now. We're not talking about the abandoned one that people like to like be like, ooh, this is creepy, right? Because I've seen like TikToks of both ends. Yeah. But yeah, both of them were really fun. Favorite mazes were Mesmer, Dark Ride. Those were at Not Scary Farm. And then over at HHN, my two favorite mazes were The Weekend. Like, The Weekend was my top one, honestly. I had a blast at The Weekend one. That little mirror maze scare, this is so much fun. Oh, hi! Hi, Dave! I was just plugging your Patreon because I was like, I don't have any footage from my time at Not Scary Farm, but if you subscribe to Dave's Patreon, he's got some raw footage of Not Scary Farm, and I'm sometimes in it screaming at clowns. So you guys should subscribe to his Patreon, obviously, if you haven't already. I am, and it is a great way to spend money. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, two favorite mazes for HHN. It was the Weekend Maze. I had a great time with the Weekend Maze, and the Terror Tram. Terror Tram was, like, honestly my favorite. Like, I love the Weekend and the Terror Tram. Terror Tram is like, yeah. The Terror Tram was fantastic. It was a lot of walking. And I wish they had more characters, though, because there was just long stretches of path where there was just like nobody in between, like, one place and another place, which I get. Staffing is hard. Casting is hard. I'm not gonna, like, knock anybody about that, but that's pretty much, like, my only, like, little complaint about not Scary Farm, but Halloween Horror Nights. There it is. Yeah. Then everybody starts saying the term Terror Tram to Tony over Terror Tram. All right. But yeah, so there was no new video in October or November because of, like, you know, scary stuff, but also because I was working on my video on the history of changes to Disneyland's Haunted Mansion Holiday. Yeah. There was the No Nut November. I did No Video November. Woo. Well, technically I had a video, but it was like, I was like already editing clips. And November was me editing the Haunted Mansion Holiday video. So I had like this little clip all ready to go. It was me just editing. So in my Haunted Mansion Holiday video, I talk about how, like, there was the Scream Along and, like, the Scarrels, and I had, like, this little clip of Arnold Schwarzenegger from Kindergarten Cop just, like, about, like, going crazy, and I set it to that music, and so I just edited that clip doing that. Yeah. So that was, I guess, my video for November. I kept it unlisted because I was just like, this is a dumb part and a little treat. Nobody else can see it yet. And it's a part of the video anyway, and it sounds a lot better in the video. But yeah, so December, History of Changes to Disneyland's Haunted Mansion Holiday was released. December 14th to be exact. And I thought I was never going to be able to post this in time for the holidays because November, I was cast in a show, and it was like a one night thing, and I had to go to, and I did like rehearsals for it like every Monday night and stuff, and like that happened. But then like the first week proper of December, I answered a casting call about a show that they were looking for people immediately to fill in for casting. And so, you know, I answered the call, and it was like literally I got thrown into the show middle of Tech Week, and it was just Monday, like a whole week of me, you know, going to work and doing my day job, and then, you know, spending maybe an hour or two at home, and then going out to rehearsal from like 6 p.m. until like 10:30, and not getting home until like 10:30 at night. And I work pretty early in the morning, so it's like there was a whole week of me just going, yeah. I ended up getting $400 out of it. It was that was good. It was definitely a learning experience. But yeah. So in that aspect, I thought, oh, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it in time for this. Like, I'm not gonna make this video in time. But I did. We ended up doing it. We ended up finishing it. I think I was uploading it, like, before, I said I was uploading it, and as I was uploading it, I was like, I don't have a title card, or I don't have a thumbnail. I don't have a thumbnail for this. Oh my god. And so it was me just literally racing against the clock, like, I gotta make this thumbnail. I gotta do this. And so ended up doing it. And that's why my thumbnail for this video is very lackluster. I might change it in the future because it's not my favorite. I'm not a fan, but we'll see. Those plays, one of them I had fun with, but it wasn't well received. The other one I had less fun with, and it also wasn't well received. Yeah. Also, I appeared in a lot of Escape from Walt Disney episodes. I appeared in 4 Escape from Walt Disney episodes this year. Yeah, this year. So it was for Parks Month. I talked about, I was on the episode with Behind the Attraction about Space Mountain with my friend Dave, and the director of the Continuing Adventures of Walt Disney's Frozen Head / the guy that runs the Walt Disney's Frozen Head Twitter account, Benjamin. Totally going by first names here, and it's not because I forgot his last name. Totally not. And then when I was out of town in June visiting friends in Cali, I was also on for 2 episodes. I was on for Strange Magic, obviously, with my good friends Charlie and Haley. And then I was on for Charlie's guest choice, which was Man of the House. And that was a nightmare. And I wanted to stare daggers at him the entire time. God, like, Man of the House is terrible. It was the worst movie I saw this year, even though it came out in 1995. It was the worst movie of 2022 for me. It's not that end song, Enya. It's not the Return to Innocence is not Enya. Return to Innocence is by this German, I think they're German, this group called Enigma. They do like new agey gothy stuff. Yeah. So we got to talk about Strange Magic and Man of the House, and Strange Magic ended up becoming a comfort movie for me. So thank you to the randomizer and to Tony for introducing me to that. Yeah. Man of the House was really crappy though. But yeah, Enigma does share space with Enya because of the Pure Moods album, obviously. But yeah, if you want to hear more info about my opinions, you can obviously listen to those episodes on Escape from Walt Disney. You know where to listen to it. I think most people that are watching this live stream know where to go. And if you don't, look up Escape from Walt Disney on wherever you listen to podcasts, and that's where you go. And then the last time was for Home Alone 2, where we got to talk about Home Alone 2 with Ryan and Jacob Martin. So that was really fun. And it was so funny. When it came up, I was just like, oh my gosh. And we ended up going like really late my time for this episode, and I had work in the morning. Yeah, that is the podcast that sometimes has that weird guy who never uses his guest choice. I wonder if he's in this chat right now. And yes, I was on the Emperor's New podcast a couple times, voicing Yzma. If you like heard any of the October episodes of Emperor's New podcast, I was the Yzma of that podcast because I can do a relatively well Yzma for whatever reason. I watched a lot of Emperor's New Groove as a kid, as you can plainly see. I think I'm like halfway eligible to my guest choice, but that stands to see. We'll see. And I'm not telling any of you what my guest choice is. Any of you. You don't get to hear it. Also, because that will be spoiling the fun, and I am not a fun spoiler. But yeah, all in all, content-wise, this was like a kind of a boom for me. You know, how many subscribers do I have? Because I went from I'm at 181 subscribers, so that's good. We're getting there. We're like 19 away from 200, so that's awesome. I'm glad that that's going on. And yeah, so that was 2022 for me. I made some scripted content for the first time ever. And I honestly have to thank my friend Charlie for giving me the push to do that, who was just finally like, Gabby, just do it. And he's also the one that helped me with a lot of like B-roll footage-ish, you know? So, obviously special thanks to him for like, you know, just piling on the footage for me. Yeah. And yeah, special thanks to anybody that has given me money for these endeavors. You have saved my life. I am eternally grateful. Yeah. So that was 2022. I'm going to talk about 2023, possible future things in 2023. And then we'll play some Jackbox. Why not? It's the end of the year. We'll do that. Also, yes, there are fireworks going off right now. People have been like shooting off fireworks all day, and I never understood people that shoot off fireworks during the day. Like, you can't see them. What is the point, you know? But yeah. Anyway, so 2023. I don't really have a docket or anything. It's just, you know, ideas that I have and like stuff that I have half written, I guess. I think the next video on the docket is going to be about rocket rods. If you don't know what rocket rods is, it was the ride that replaced the People Mover that people really didn't like, and it broke down a lot, and it ended up closing like a couple years after it opened because apparently you can't put a thrill ride on a dark ride track. Who knew? Yeah, but the thing is, everybody has this nostalgia, and like everybody talked about the People Mover. I'm not a big People Mover fan. Like, for me, my People Mover is rocket rods. I loved rocket rods as a kid. I was tall enough to go on. It was like my first big kid ride that I was excited to go on. I loved rocket rods. And when it closed, it broke my little child heart. And when they opened up Buzz Lightyear in the queue for rocket rods, like in place of rocket rods for the queue, I was like, really? This is the best you can do? And of course, the track for rocket rods is sitting, rotting empty. And I'm just like, at this point, if you can't bring back rocket rods, you can just at least bring back the People Mover. You can make the majority happy and not the, I mean, I like the People Mover here. I like the car designs, and some of it was really cool, but I'm not the biggest People Mover fan, though. It's rocket rods for me. So I'm kind of in the middle of like, you know, going over some research. I have an introduction written where it's just like I have a confession to make. I'm not a People Mover fan because it's just like everybody I talk to is just like People Mover, People Mover, People Mover. I'm like, but Rocket Rods though. But Rocket Rods though. So yeah, Rocket Rods is going to be like immediately next in the docket. After Rocket Rods, I'm not sure. I have a couple of ideas lined up. One of them is about Golden Dreams. Now, you might be asking, what's Golden Dreams? Golden Dream, it's not the, and I'm not talking about the theme song for the American adventure Golden Dream. I'm talking about Golden Dreams, the weird educational video that was a day one DCA attraction starring Whoopi Goldberg, yes, and that eventually got replaced with the Little Mermaid ride. And I love the Little Mermaid ride, but Golden Dreams kind of holds a weird place in my heart, much like the rest of, you know, DCA 1.0, because, you know, I wasn't there for the opening. My mom, it's kind of interesting because when California Adventure opened up, we had annual passes, but my mom was like, oh, I don't think my annual pass can get us in. And it took her the whole year to realize, oh, wait a minute, my annual pass can get us in. Our annual passes can get us into California Adventure. And we ended up going like to like the beginning of the year 2002. So by that point, I think Superstar Limo was closed for refurbishment, which meant, you know, closed forever. So I never got to experience Superstar Limo in person. But I remember my first time ever on California Screamin'. I remember my first time ever on Soarin'. I remember my first time ever on Grizzly River Rapids. It was... I know, looking back, it's not the best of parks, but there is just a lot of nostalgia there. And yes, I got to experience the tractor. And I think I was there day one for... or like I was there opening week for Bugs Land at the very least. I was there opening week for Bugs Land because I remember going there like on my way over watching like a news thing for Bugs Land. Anyway. So yeah, I want to make a video about I was going to make it this year actually, the video about Golden Dreams. I was going to make it this year. But, like, I've run into kind of a research hole. There is not a lot of information about the making of Golden Dreams, and why in God's name should there be? It was this obscure little thing, you know? All I know is that there's rumors. And I've based videos on rumors before, like my first ever scripted video with Indiana Jones. That was kind of based on a rumor. Oh, yeah, this person was the voice of Mara at one point. That person was the voice of Mara at one point. But there's no real concrete evidence. In fact, like, the only things that I have right now are, like, hard evidence is a casting call from the year 2000 for extras over in the Wharf area in San Francisco. And Janet McCurdy's autobiography, I'm Glad My Mom Died. Because it turned out, Janet McCurdy was an extra on Golden Dreams. She was like a little girl in one of the trucks, and from there I knew where they shot it from. So and honestly, please go read I'm Glad My Mom Died. That is a great book. Jeanette McCurdy is a phenomenal like writer, and good God, that book is just a lot. So that is to say that wasn't the only thing I got out of it, I promise. But I was like, I listened to the audiobook because I just got the book for Christmas, but I listened to the audiobook. But yeah, it got to like a chapter where she was describing being on Golden Dreams. I was like, this is new Golden Dreams information. Oh my gosh. And obviously there's a lot more to the story. This is a her story is not a pleasant one. It is about, you know, narcissistic parental abuse and working at Nickelodeon under, she doesn't want to say it. It was Dan Schneider. But yeah, so those are my two hard sources of information: a traumatic autobiography and a casting call sheet. Yeah. So that's why I kind of held off, but it's mostly written, so I might try to finish writing it anyway and go from there and, you know, see where it goes, because I want to talk about it, not just for Golden Dreams the show, because it is weird and wild, but also for Golden Screams, the overlay of the show, where, you know, it wasn't the movie. It was like this show with like a compilation of Disney villains screaming, and like a kid, and whoever had the best scream won the Golden Scream. And I always wanted the Golden Scream, and I never got the Golden Scream ever. And I was so sad. But there was this one time where I had a cast, me and my sister were waiting in line for Golden Screams. And the cast member came up to me and my sister, and he was like, hey, for Golden Screams, you got to do your best scream. And so I do my best scream, and I am a good screamer. Like, my screams can go blood curdling. I was not picked. That was rigged. I was mad about that. Like, I gave you my all, sir. Listen, I may be 13, 14 by this point. I don't know when this was. It's probably like 13, 14. I might be a little old for your demographic, but I don't care. Give me the screamy. Give me the Golden Scream. Yeah, the Chernobog statues replacing the Whoopi Goldberg statues were a look. It was great. But yeah, tangent. I'll check the Discord soon. Yeah, so at some point in 2023, I'm going to do a video about Golden Dreams. Other scripted content, I'm not too sure about. I want to do something about Phantom Manor, which is Disneyland Paris's Haunted Mansion, because that was the first version of Haunted Mansion that I really, really got into. I might do a little bit of streaming here and there, depending on what I'm going to do. And yeah, that's pretty much what 2023 is going to be content-wise. Be on the lookout for the Rocket Rods video. I don't know when that's going to be. That might be, I'm going to let's shoot for March at this point. Maybe not like my birthday, because I want to be celebrating. Maybe sometime after my birthday. Maybe week after my birthday. Maybe like, I don't know. If I try to set a goal now, I will inevitably not hit it. But yeah. So yeah, next video coming out this year, first scripted video of 2023 is going to be about Rocket Rods. So expect that sometime in March. Yeah. I don't know if Dave's still listening to the live stream, but Dave, if you're interested in like being on a live stream with me at some point, I wanted to like go through Fate of Atlantis, so maybe we'll work out a time where we'll collab on like doing the Fate of Atlantis live stream playthrough thingy. That's if you're still hearing this. If not, I'm just like saying it out. Oh, yes. Okay, good. You are still here. Okay. I will obviously message you later about that. But I mean, I think I got what you got, the SteamYard thingy with the duck, so that'll make things a little easier. I'm obviously not using that right now, but that's going to be a 2023 thing, obviously. So, yeah, Fate of Atlantis. I mean, the Hobbit game, that's just like giving a 3D platformer to a role-playing game, and it just punishes you for playing it. From what I've seen of you playing it, obviously, Dave. that looked more miserable than fun. Well, there are a lot of great little meme moments in there. Just like the character designs are so ugly and just so much out of context stuff that is just, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, if I'll DM you about it later, obviously. So yeah. Anyway, that's 2023. Content wise, that's what you can come to expect out of 2023 anyway. If there's more, surprise. If there's not any more, well, I've told you what I'm giving you, so don't be, yeah. Yeah, anyway, so now that I've talked about 2023, and I've talked about 2022 and gone over that, I feel like I've droned on long enough. Nearly an hour or so. Let's play some Jackbox. Okay. And I'm gonna make it just kind of available to the public and all that, so like anybody can join in. Just make sure I get in first so that I can begin the game first. We'll do some Quiplash, and yeah. Let me see if I can open that up and zoom right there. And zoom right there. Perfect. Okay. All right. Hi, welcome. I just kind of went over my goals for what I did in 2022 and what I'm going to do in 2023. And now you're at the fun portion of everything. So wait a minute. Okay. I just realized I was in the wrong place. Oopsie doodle. There we go. Yeah, the concept of Angela Lansbury, or I guess spoilers for Glass. I finally saw Glass Onion, by the way, and it is as great as everybody says it is. Giant Schmittikaju. So yeah, we're gonna play Quiplash 3. Let me just pull up things. Knives Out was the last movie I saw in theaters before the pandemic, and it is fantastic, and I highly recommend it. Okay, well, give me just a second. Okay. Okay, so before anybody gets trigger happy, let me enter it in first. Okay, cool. You guys can go. So ZZTT. ZZTT. All right, cool. We got Bennett Ballard. Cool. 2023. I'm assuming that's Micah. We got Jacob. We got Rob. And we're going to hold out a little bit to see who else wants to play. Hey, we got Davin! We got the Doggins. All right. Gonna hold out for about 30 more seconds to see who else wants to play. We got 2 more spots. Code is ZZTT. ZZTT. Go to jackbox.tv if you want to play. Oh yeah, also 2022, end of, I got a haircut. So it was my first haircut since the pandemic. Yeah, so, and I got bangs because the internet was like, you need bangs. And I was like, okay, I am at the whim of strangers at the internet, so cool. Yeah, I actually like it. I'm gonna get it dyed next week, and it's gonna be like a coppery red, and I'm excited because I haven't dyed my hair in a bit. Alrighty. Okay, so everybody's in. Let's go. I think we all know how to play Quiplash at this point, right? I feel then again I can't skip instructions on this, so Quiplash 3. Quipadelphia? Is that a reference to Quadrophenia? Yes, this is the game with battleships. I mean, with the fireworks outside, it sounds like battleships, doesn't it? Clown intestines. Oh, is it not making sound? Here. There you go. Based on the percentage of people who choose your answer. Off we go. I mean, if you really wanted to hear clown shenanigans. Okay. Figuring out what to do with your bangs, though, is just kind of interesting. Last time I ever had bangs, I was in high school, and they looked terrible because I wanted to go for the 60s look because I was obsessed with the Beatles, and it was not as great. Hurry up, Jacob! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh.
I hope you didn't embarrass yourself. Let's get the party started with the scariest thing that could pop out of your birthday cake.
Scariest thing that could pop out of your birthday cake. Naked Chevy Chase shouting slurs. Or Ryan. Don't do Ryan like that. That's not nice. Poor Ryan. It's only if he's doing the Trump voice.
Next we have casinos hate it when you walk up to the blackjack table and yell blank.
Casinos hate it when you walk up to the blackjack table and yell, "Where are the hookers? Hookers!"
All right, people, it's voting time.
I can't think of what... Okay, I know which one's funnier. I voted for the like hive mind right there. Hooker. Just yelling hookers at somebody. Yeah, right? It's like yelling without context. Hooker!
And now, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, blank.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, boot to the head. Shame on lice.
Here's the fun part. Your favorite quiz.
Oh god, I like both of these. Shame on nice. Boot to the head. Okay, I'm going for this one. that was good. That was a good round. But shame on Lice was shame on Lice.
Moving right along. A terrible model name for a self-driving car.
Terrible model name for a self-driving car. Do I even need to say it? Musk.
Decisions.
Boot to the head. That's fair. That's fair, yeah. Of course, it's Musk. Okay, anyway. If you are watching and you didn't feel like playing, and if you wanted to join the audience, you can put the code in right there. Yeah.
Next on the docket.
I just realized my head was covering it up.
Weirdly enough, the NFL has agreed to let players celebrate touchdowns by blank.
The NFL has agreed to let players celebrate touchdowns by flying into the moon or leaving.
Pick your favorite.
By leaving. I like the idea of just like this football player having a touchdown is just like, I think I'm gonna, like, just Forrest Gump style, I'm gonna go home now. I'm done. That's good. That's good.
And next is the most erotic amusement park ride is called the blank.
The most erotic amusement park ride is called Rocket. You both get 1,000 points in my mind.
I took a locket of round one's hair to remember it by. Let's look at the scores.
No gold. You see, I was gonna, if that was me, I would have said the Garfield ride at Kennywood, but.
Feeling warmed up? Good, because it's time for round two.
Are the bold? Are the bold? I thought that said doublooned. Monsters Inc. laugh floor, alien swirling saucers. Let's go to Disney World and go on the MILF ride. Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
Let's see.
Why did I do that?
Kicking things off. After the wheel and fire, what was humanity's third discovery?
Avatar: The Last Airbender or Corruption? Oh, jeez. Coming in hot.
The winner.
Yeah. Honestly, Corruption was the better answer. I was thinking like water, earth, air. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony.
Next one. Blank clubs are the new book club.
Blank clubs are the new book clubs. Seaman clubs. Hobbyist podcast clubs.
Now it gets real.
Hobbyist podcast clubs. I love that. That's cute. It may have been a safety quip, but it's a good one. It is okay to have the traffic cone of shame.
would society spend its time if Netflix didn't exist?
Eating, probably, or hooking up with the TV off just to chill.
Okay, choose your favorite.
Just the chill.
Okay, what's next? The best thing to come out of New Jersey.
What is the best thing to come out of New Jersey? Ohio jokes. Springsteen. There's okay, Bruce Springsteen is actually from Delaware. Technically. I think. Ah! Because it used to be you joked about New Jersey, and now we're joking about Ohio like it's New Jersey.
Next one up. The local library does not want your donation of this.
Oh my god, here we go. The art of the deal. Sexy, sexy sausage.
Now it's time to vote for your favorite.
You can at least learn something from sexy, sexy sausages. You can't learn anything from the art of the deal. Everything is legal in Ohio.
Next up. The name of the subreddit that only has one follower.
Oh.
/blank.
So what's the r/? r/ Fast and Furious Supercharged is good. Or r/ dig was better.
For the one you like best.
DIGG was better. I think it might. I know a couple people that do like Supercharged, and I'm just like, okay. Dig was better. Sexy, sexy sausages. Do, 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 do.
Was round 2 as good for you as it was for me? Let's find out.
Smitty, that was uncomfortable. I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one for now.
Ready for Thriplash.
Thriplash.
Chance to make a splash. I'm going to send each of you a prompt that requires 3 separate responses. Remember, big points mean big pressure.
I welcome some edge here. You can have a little edgy humor as a treat. This clown music is a bop.
Tick-tock, time's almost up.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, that's time. Now let's... Okay, it's time.
Okay, it's time. All right. The 3 steps to a successful breakup. Step out of the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Fake your own death. Find someone to break up with. Eating the bathtub. Watching Man of the House.
Time to pick the one you like best.
I feel like that Man of the House reference was just to get my vote. And even then, you got me. I do like the If it wasn't for the Man of the House reference, I would have gone with yours, Dave. So
3 ways of perking yourself up when coffee isn't enough.
oh no. Car battery hooked to your nuts. Oh, being a 5-hour car battery, telling yourself.
All right, choose your favorite.
5. Oh, being a plastic skeleton. It's weird that both of these have like car battery stuff. Car battery hooked to your nuts.
3 things you shouldn't do when you're angry.
Okay. Kill people, have sex, do the math. Punch a hole in the wall, punch a hole in the floor. Start a podcast.
Now it gets real. Pick your favorite.
Yeah. I mean, I guess specifically an angry.
Let's see the final scores.
Well, I meant like, you know, like if you're angry at people, it's like starting like a misogynist podcast or something. Nah, Rob is the winner. It's not me. It's Rob. Rob is the winner of Quiplash. Wonderful. Good job, Rob. A wonderful, wonderful job, everybody. Do we all want to play again? Or are there some people that are going to be out? I'm just going to do it with new players anyway. Just give me a second to, like, you know, come in. RW Jakes. Okay. Good Rob job. I'm going to be the cactus this time. Okay. People want to play? Cool. If not, if you don't feel like playing, that's also fine too. Oh, good to see you, Ashley. Okay, no worries. Thanks for stopping in, Dave. I'll message you later about stuff. So, yeah. Going with Mac tonight. It's good playing with you. All right. Have a good night. Miss you too. Happy New Year. I hope to see you a lot in 2023 and all that. Bye-bye. All right. So, are we all in? Yeah, some dogs are. Okay. All right, I guess we're all in. I'm gonna press the magic button. Flush the toilet. Quiplash 3.
Prepare yourself for Quiplash 3, the last hurrah. Yeah, so I'm Schmitty. I'm the guy who reads stuff and makes it slightly funnier.
Okay.
Don't look now, but it's round 1. Oh yes, points. You score points based on the percentage of voters who like your answers. Clear enough? Sure hope so. Let's go. It's go time.
It's go time.
Let's set it off with... Book adaptations have gone too far. Now they're making blank on ice.
Instructions on ice. 50 Shades of Grey on ice.
Okay, show some love.
I feel like an instruction book on ice would be hysterical. But 50 Shades of Grey on ice... That's just a kinky ice show. That's just a kinky ice skating show right there.
If we could just turn off gravity for an hour, it would make blank much more interesting.
Latte art. Take that, Dirty Minds. Roller coasters.
Decisions. Choose your favorite.
Do you think roller coasters would still be fast if there was no gravity? Well, I know the easy answer was sex, but I'm not giving in to the easy answer.
Next. The next hit
Is it?
dating reality series, Love is Blank.
I know this is a little blaggy. Love is dependent on sauerkraut. Love is consent.
And now pick your favorite.
Love is dependent on sauerkraut. You gotta look into the sauerkraut. It's like a fortune thing. It's a hit in Munich.
And here we have name for a wacky sitcom about ancient philosophers.
Wacky sitcom about ancient philosophers. Hilarious! Plato.
Time to pick the one you like best.
Hilarious! Hilarious! I love that! I love that. That's cute. Hilarious. Ah.
Without further ado, fine. If nobody's going to ask, I will. What's that smell?
Fine, if no one's gonna ask, I will. What's that smell? Atomic waste. Your mother's gas leak.
Okay, choose your favorite.
A hit in Munich. Not a hit in Munich. I do. Your mother's gas leak. There's just something about that. I love it. I love a good your mama joke like that.
A better use for Rapunzel's
A better use for Rapunzel's hair. Medicine, if we're going by the Disney movie. Reaching things for people. Fuller.
Now it's time to vote for your favorite.
I feel like the theme song for Hilarious would be the same theme song for Frasier. Baby, I hear the blues a callin', tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Your mother's famous gas leak.
Round 1 is behind us, and the scoreboard awaits.
Hey, Rob is number 1. Ta-da!
Okay, round 2 is knocking on the door. Prompts are a little more challenging, so the points are doubled. Tick-tock, time's almost up.
Aunt Fanny. I need to watch Robots again at some point. I haven't, like, seen it all the way through since I was a kid.
Okay. Let's take a peek, shall we?
Into the Clown Clay Brain.
And we start with... This 3D fantasy adventure game is so real, you can actually blank.
This game is so real, you can actually smell the troll shit. Or kill a man. Smell the troll shit. God. Oh, that's such a good answer. Smell the troll shit. Smell the troll shit honestly should have won, in my opinion.
Moving right along.
I'm looking at the guy who was the lead.
The title of the most Bruce Springsteen-y song that doesn't exist.
I'm looking at the guy who was the lead in Robots. This song is critiquing the USA. I went walking the dog down Castor Street.
Your favorite quip.
There was more to it. The song is critiquing the USA, but boomers still think it's like a
Okay, what's next?
love of the USA or something like that.
Guitars are out.
Guitars are out.
Combination instrument is the
The hot new combination instrument is the coffee guitar, the vuvuzaphone. The vuvuzaphone.
pick your favorite quip.
Meh. I was just thinking about the World Cup this year, how the last time the World Cup got this much attention, it was for, like, the meme of the vuvuzelas. Like, as much attention, I mean, it, like,
Next is
negative attention, like, it, with that whole thing with Qatar is, like, a mess. Like, I'm not, like, yeah.
magazine.
Print was dying until they put out Obvious Magazine. Nutsack magazine.
All right, vote for the one you like best.
I like the idea of Nutsack magazine.
And here we have falling in love is not all puppies and unicorns. Sometimes it's blank.
Sometimes falling in love is crab experiments or Michael Eisner's intro.
All right, people, it's voting time.
You got me through a loop, guys. I don't know which one to pick. As much as I like the Michael Eisner intro, crab experiments is always gonna win. Michael Eisner intro is also good though. Hello. Sometimes it's hello.
All the jesters have failed.
All the gestures have failed.
Entertain the king.
Only one thing will entertain the king. Setting the castle on fire. Or your mama's gas leak. Ah.
Part. Pick your favorite quip.
I like the idea of just like nothing will entertain you. We're burning this place to the ground. It would blast vuvuzelas on the Michael Jackson PS.
History. Let's see how it'll be remembered.
What? Interesting. Second place. Second place. Second place.
Thriplash.
Thruple-lash.
To strut your stuff, you'll each get a prompt that needs 3 separate responses. You'll do great.
Dancing to the demented clown music. Demented clown music, demented clown music.
Time's running out. And that, well, might as well get this over with. The 3 things you demand of any lover.
They know Monty Python. They love a good Vin Diesel, Aunt Fanny. Love, kindness, kind loveliness.
And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
Monty Python is great. I was afraid of watching it when I was a kid because of the boobs, but
The top 3 things overheard at nude workplaces.
my boobs are hitting the case. I ran out of battery power. Not those roasted nuts. No need to be sore.
Now it gets real. Pick your favorite.
The other kind of boobery. My boobs are hitting the keys. The last three
words you'll say before you die.
The last 3 words you say before you die. Hello, I'm Michael Eisner. My piss hurts.
Okay, everybody, your favorite quip.
My piss hurts. No, you're good. This is a good one. Play as your sister. My piss hurts is a good one though. So, hello, I'm Michael Eisner. This is Sparta would have been a good one too.
Now let's see what that did to the final scores.
I am the Quiplash champion! Ha ha! Ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha! Ha ha ha! All right. Well, I won Quiplash. I won the end of the year Quiplash. I am wonderful and great. It's awesome. But yeah, so I think that'll be it for tonight. I'm gonna be like ordering dinner soon and just kind of having a I will grant my own wish. But yeah, quitting my own head. Well, it's more so I'm hungry and would like to eat dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably order something because it is New Year's Eve. And I will be one of millions of people probably ordering food or something like that. Yeah, this was a good stream. I'm glad I got to actually, sit down and stream. I haven't done like something like this in this capacity in quite a few months, so it was nice to kind of get back into that. Yeah. Hopefully, I hope you guys have a happy and safe New Year's. I hope 2023 is nothing but good things for you. If you want more shenanigans on like when I post and all that, obviously follow me on Twitter, follow me on the Discord. If you want to send me money, you can also do that too. Ko-fi.com/ghoulishgabs, $2 or something. That's only if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. It is much appreciated if you do. You get your name shouted out at the end, much like Bennett Billard and Rob and Nor have done in the past. Yeah, so until 2023, I guess, stay safe, wear a seatbelt, don't do drugs, and may 2023 be as good as 2022 was for me. Maybe even better. Who knows? All right, guys. Have a good night.